thought you were doing the intro.
I always have to have something to cut out at the beginning because we get a bit stupid at the beginning and then we kind of get into it. So I always have something to cut out.
Oh, okay.
Good morning.
Morning.
We're back.
Welcome.
Sort of. Welcome to another episode. Whatever.
Yeah.
You know. Thing of the Norfolk Girls Knitting podcast. I'm Amanda.
And I'm Shannon.
I'm Miss Mandy Lou on Ravelry and Instagram.
And I am Blue Fern Yarns across various social media. And I also have my own website, which is bluefernярns.co.uk, where you can find my hand-dyed yarn.
Shoppy businessy things.
Yeah. All sorts of things.
Together we're Norfolk Girls Knitting, and we have an email account which is norfolkgirlsknitting@gmail.com. Not com.
No.
.com. If you want to get in touch with us, you can also get in touch with us via our Instagram page, which is also Norfolk Girls Knitting. Yeah. Blimey, that never gets any easier, does it?
No, I don't know why. I think I was watching Wool and Wishes the other day, and like Kirsty was saying about how they wish that they just came up with a script when they originally started, and then it just stuck to that script.
It would have been so much easier.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway.
And it makes me laugh that Tracy just goes, yeah, and I just say, I'm Tracy. And that's it. They do make me laugh.
Yeah. So, yeah, we've done that bit.
Yep, we've done the intro.
And you'll be pleased to note, we got the message. We got the memo.
Something different.
We're not wearing the same thing as we did for the last two videos.
We do change our wardrobe, honest. We don't just only wear the same thing.
And what got me was only when I went back to look at you said that there were some comments, and I went to look back and I thought, well, which one was it? That I realised that we were wearing the same thing for episode 7 and episode 8.
Oops.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But, yes, we're back.
Yeah, we're back. Sort of. I don't know where my brain is. My brain's somewhere else. But yeah.
I'm getting giddy because it's sunshiny for about 20 minutes.
Yeah. If it rains, I will have to run off and grab the yarn because that is sitting outside drying at the moment. And I think...
Postman! Hello!
Back again.
It wasn't the postman.
It wasn't the postie. He is due at some point to pick up a load of parcels, but...
We...
I'm just pointing as to what...
Notes.
And
because they're way over there, I can see them without my glasses. So, from the last episode that we did, we had a little gift away running for 500 subscribers. And
I just want to say, if anyone gets any contact or anything like that from us to request any bank details or payment or emails or anything like that, it's not us. We won't do that. We will ask you to contact us and then we will reply.
Okay. So we got so many lovely comments. Thank you ever so much. We're glad.
They're so great to read, aren't they?
We're glad knit happens quite frequently.
Yeah.
And what I've done is I've just actually done a YouTube comment picker. Oh, that's a bit
shiny.
You
might need to screenshot it.
What I'll do is I'll take a screenshot of it and I'll pop it up there. And if the person who should we announce it? Or
yeah.
Okay. So I was going to say, so the person who saw it could get in touch with us, but if it doesn't show up very well, and I'm going to put a screenshot in. 2 Nightingales Knit.
I think is Emma.
Yeah. And I think I'm going to read the comment because it's lovely. It says, knit happens whenever I walk by my stash cupboard and see it filled with Shannon's yarn. Yes, and she made a lovely comment about us. And I'm a bit embarrassed to read it.
It says, both of you are so lovely and down to earth. You've created such a nice podcast. Congrats on 500 subs. Here's to many more. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. So
I think it's Emma. I'm like 99% sure.
I'm pretty sure it's Emma. Yeah. So if you wouldn't mind just emailing us or getting in touch with us on Ravelry. So it's Norfolk Girls Knitting on, not on Ravelry, Instagram. Norfolk Girls Knitting on Instagram, or norfolkgirlsknitting@gmail.com.
Pop over your address and we'll get something in the post
We'll
to
get
you.
it all sent out to you.
Yep.
So thank you very much for everybody who entered.
You might have to remind me what was in the giveaway, because I have got a giveaway box and I put it back in the box. I didn't mean to. So we might have to go back and watch last episode to remember what was in the giveaway. I've still got it. It's just in the giveaway box.
Rookie error.
I know. I put it away. I tidied it up.
Okay.
I shouldn't have tidied up.
So, screenshot done.
But yeah, hopefully you'll have seen that on the screen.
Yeah.
And then if we messed up the name or anything, I don't know. Hopefully not.
Okie
You
dokie.
read things properly. I don't.
Right then. So, what have you been up to?
Oh, well, I wanted to say about our MAL. I'll make along.
Oh yes. Go on then.
So
I'll put a picture in.
Yep, we are running a Westknits make along.
Yeah.
We've got a hashtag which you'll put on the screen.
NGK Westknits KAL.
Is it KAL or MAL? I don't know. I can't
It's
remember.
a knit along, isn't it? Because he only does knitting.
Yeah. Okay. KAL.
KAL.
So yeah.
Put it on the screen.
Yeah, that's probably best. So yeah, we're running a Westknits make along. It can be any of his patterns. It doesn't specifically have to be shawls.
It doesn't have to be shawls. It could be socks, jumpers.
Yeah, he's running. He's just come out with his surprise sock along for 2024, which looks
Double dip.
Yeah, double dip. Feel free with anyone who's running any make alongs or anything like that. Yeah, we are. Well, I'm enjoying it. I don't know about you. I've already cast on my second shawl. You haven't even finished section 1. I haven't literally been knitting anything else really because I've been really enjoying it. So yeah, we'll get on to what is going on.
I've had a couple of test knits that I've needed to finish. So, but yeah, I'm on it.
Yeah,
I'll get it done. Yeah. And it's running until the 30th of
November,
so I've got plenty of time.
Yeah,
so,
plenty of time. Yeah, I'm just on it.
And whips count if you just use the hashtag. If you could also tag us in your post on Instagram or email us your images because we don't always see them because of
Instagram's changed their algorithms and whatnot. So it took a while for the hashtag to actually come up, and even if I check it under Norfolk Girls Knitting, half of them don't come up, whereas if I check it on my Blue Fern, some extra ones do and other ones don't. I don't know why. Instagram have changed it. If you want to go back to how it used to be when it was good, please do Instagram. But yeah, I think that I've had some lovely comments and chats about it, and we've had a few different people enter, which is really nice. And
I'm hoping to get onto the picking up of the stitches on section 2 of the Vertices Unite. Somebody's asked
for a video,
for a little video.
So
I'll pop a little short on. Won't be very professional, but hopefully you'll see what I'm doing.
You can do it on Instagram as well, just in case people get a little bit stuck with that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I did check, and actually, if anybody knows of any videos where the section 2 pickup of the Vertices Unite, any podcasters that have done it, if you wouldn't mind commenting below, because when you look at the Westknits channel, he's only done a tutorial for section 3.
But not the tutorial for section 2.
But not for section 2. So, but if anybody's, Yeah,
but section 3 is a bit more difficult. If you've done it before, if you've done pick up stitches before, you might go, oh yeah, that's really easy. Yeah. But if you've never done it before and you're a new knitter and things like that, it's really difficult to find a video for just picking up stitches.
And what I might do as well is I might do a little bit of a trawl at YouTube and see if I can find videos of picking up stitches that are very similar to the way you do them on section 2.
I'll link it below.
And I'll link them all in the description box.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
All right.
Yeah.
Okie doke.
I think that's everything. So then, how are you? Cool, we're like 8 minutes in and it's just yap.
Well, we haven't seen each other since.
No, I feel like I haven't spoken to you in ages.
We went to.
It's almost like you've been away on holiday again.
I haven't.
I know you haven't.
But you have. Well, kind of. You went away for a weekend, didn't you?
I was working.
Yeah.
So what have you been up to?
Basically, I've been. We both went to Nibbles Needles and Hooks at the end of May, didn't we?
Yeah, that was so fun.
Oh, what a lovely shop.
It was such a lovely shop. So I'm sure they won't mind me saying, but if you've not been before, one, do go because it's lovely, and two, you've got like 4 or 5 small tables at the front.
Yeah.
And when it's really busy, you kind of have to sit next to people you don't know, which is fantastic because by the time you leave, you've ended up talking to some fantastic people and you've got friends immediately, and it's so lovely because you've all got this thing in common and you can just talk about that. If you don't know what to talk about, if you're a bit nervous, don't worry, you're a bit shy, because they're all so lovely. We talked to so many different people, didn't we? We kind of moved around the tables a little bit.
We met a lovely lady in there who makes project bags. And she sells them to raise money for cancer charities and things like that.
Yeah, she was one of the makers of the month, so I don't think she's there at the moment.
So she's not there at the moment, but she does have some of her bags there, and I had to get one. Isn't that gorgeous?
Can you remember her name? Does she run under a business name or anything?
So
you've got the information there.
Yeah.
So you've got Margaret Mills. We won't turn it around because it's got
a telephone number
on there. Do you want to contact her and ask if we can just put her email address?
What I'll do is I'll contact her and see if it's okay to put her email address on, but we'll also definitely put the contact details for Nibbles Needles and Hooks.
Yeah.
And perhaps you can contact them because she does it just. It's not a business.
No.
She's a retired lady, and she just enjoys doing her patchwork. She's been making them up
using the stash as well.
So we met her. That was lovely. Just met some lovely. Well, everybody was lovely there.
Yeah, and it was really, really nice.
And they've got like a cafe bit at the back. So they do lots of cake and coffee and bits and pieces.
Proper cake as well. You can have some of it.
Proper cake, and the top line of the
top row, the whole row.
There was 5 different versions of gluten-free cakes,
and they weren't just a brownie.
And they weren't just a brownie or a shop, bought in
cardboard square.
Yeah, they were proper.
They were proper cakes,
like handmade cakes.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, they were. Yeah. They were really good cakes.
Yeah.
In fact, I've been there a few times and got extra cakes.
Yeah.
Well, I was at the Wool Monty as well last weekend.
Yes.
I don't even know what day of the week it is at the moment. So last weekend I was at the Wool Monty in Sheffield, which was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, thoroughly enjoyed it. Met some fantastic new people, some people who I've spoken to on social media, so I've now got a face to a name, which is lovely. We just had a really good weekend. On the Saturday evening, we popped into Nibbles Needles and Hooks and dropped off some more yarn. And then we had to do it again on the Sunday because they asked for some more. So I am Dyer of the Month over at their shop at the moment. You can only get the colours in their shop, so you do need to go visit to have a look. And they've got such a large selection of my yarns that I'm like, it's a bit scary that there's so much yarn there.
And we're going to just stop there for a second.
Why?
Royal Mail.
Oh, okay, Posty said. We'll stop here and we'll be back in a minute.
Yeah.
It is recording. I thought I just did the video. You got a shot of me going.
Well, you don't.
No, please don't. Please don't.
Right then, so we're going to put this in. So basically, the postman's just arrived to pick. Shannon thought it was to pick up some
parcels,
which they did.
Yeah.
But also they had a delivery for Shannon, and it's Nicholas and Shannon's birthday on Monday.
Yeah.
So she's got
21 again.
Yeah.
25. Thanks.
Anyway, so they've delivered this box, and she's like, "What is this?" Because it's not got anything on it.
No, it's literally. I'm not going to show you the front because it's got my address on it. And it just says return address thoughtful, and I'm like, I don't know
which is a
what
PO box number. We don't know what it is.
And it's THORTFUL, so it's not even proper thoughtful. It's thoughtful. Anyway,
so she's opened it.
So
and then we've had this moment of just hilarity.
Yeah. So I've opened it, and this is what's in it. And I'm like, oh no, is this a birthday thing? but it doesn't say who it's from or anything like that. So you open it. So you got the envelope bit. Really made me laugh. And she went, "Oh, is that from Tom?" And it is. It's from Tom, and I've got a bar of chocolate. Oh, I didn't see milk caramel sea salt. Mm. I've never had Tony's chocolate before. Have you? I've had that one before.
Just lots of hilarity.
But yeah, thanks, Tom. He's going to moan at me that I've opened it early, but there is nothing on there that suggests that I shouldn't open it. It was addressed to me.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even addressed to Tom.
Yes.
So then...
Yeah. Oh, dear.
Anyway.
So, you would be forgiven for thinking that this might have been a knitting podcast.
Yeah, it might not be anymore. I don't know.
Anyway, shall we carry on? Because otherwise
Yeah.
we're going to be here until tomorrow.
Well, what were we talking about?
How you'd been to the Woolmonty and Nibbles Needles and Hooks.
Yes.
I obviously stayed here to look after Professor.
Yeah.
Well, not Professor.
Oh, shoot,
Bennett,
sorry.
who is really... I sent a picture to my friend Darren and I said, babysitting this cat, he's huge and very loud. And Darren replied, well, that makes two of you.
What made me laugh when she told me?
Rude. And then obviously just been working and had a very exciting work outing on Wednesday. We went to the air ambulance. They obviously use our, I don't know if I've ever said, basically I work for NHS Blood and Transplant and we do blood donations and they use our blood on their helicopters and in their response cars. And so we went and had a look at the helicopter.
Did you go up in it?
No, they wouldn't let us go up in it. But I have got a picture of me. I'll put it on there. Standing in front of the helicopter. It's quite pokey, and there was this really tall pilot. We looked at him, and he said, "It's okay. I fold up very small." You can just imagine he's all like arms and legs, but yeah, he was probably well over 6 feet. Yeah, and it's like, he's okay. I fold up very small. But yeah, it was really interesting, and one of the pilots there actually remembered. So one of my colleagues had actually been picked up by the air ambulance because she came off her horse at Holcombe Beach, and it trod on her. Yeah, she's fine. She's obviously back at work and everything like that. She's fine. So because the ambulance couldn't get onto the beach because of it was like really sinky, like quick.
It's really sinky.
A quicksand type thing, you know. The ambulance couldn't get on, so the Coast Guard came along and they lifted on her at the back of a like a sand buggy thing and took her to the helicopter.
Okay.
So she went in the helicopter. So we went and had a look.
Nice.
And it was really interesting, and it's run entirely on donations.
Is it?
No money from the NHS or anything like that. I mean, they do have secondments from the NHS for paramedics and doctors and everything like that to go and work and do emergency medicine and all that kind of stuff. But they're paid by the NHS.
Yeah.
So it's the employees kind of are paid for by the NHS, but the helicopter, every time it goes up, it's £3,000.
Really?
Just for one helicopter ride.
What's that entail? Is that, I'm assuming, fuel and the costs of running
fuel,
it?
costs of running it and everything like that.
But like, what else is in
maintenance.
there?
Yeah. Everything that you would expect. So basically they take our blood. They have so our blood products cost a certain amount to produce, and they take 2 units of our blood on the helicopter and 2 units in their like
so
patrol
once
cars.
Gone up, can they use the blood for
So
a future
as
thing
long as it hasn't been used, it will go back into processing.
Okay.
But if they've opened the bag,
They can't.
they can't then go back into processing. So if they've opened the bag and they've only used one, it's the only way that they can do it.
Yeah.
So if they've only used one product, the other one kind of goes off.
Waste sort of thing.
Well, basically it goes back to processing, and they use it for things like research and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, but so it's a huge expense, and obviously all the equipment, the amount of training that they have to do. We went in one of the sim suites and they were working on, and it's bizarre because they can put on like all around the room different, like they can be in a tube station or they can be on a boat, all these images and everything like that, and then they have like sounds, so it could be really, really loud, and they've got fans so it can be really, really blow. It was really, really interesting. Anyway, that's what I did.
Sounds quite cool.
Yeah.
I'd still have wanted to go up in the helicopter.
Yeah, we all wanted to go up in the helicopter. And we all had a fight over who got the high-vis jacket that said pilot on it. I lost.
So the pilot didn't get the pilot high vis.
I lost. But anyway, yes, had a lovely day.
Good.
And that's it, I think, from what we've been doing.
That's it. I think I don't even know because we've stopped and started it a few times already.
It's probably been about half an hour.
Half an hour of rambling.
It won't be half an hour by the time I've edited it all and everything like that. So.
Yeah. Cool.
Yes. So, what are you wearing? We're wearing knitwear.
We are wearing knitwear. This is very different from what we wore last week. Or last whenever we were.
And the time before.
And the time before. So I'm just going to push my hair back. So I will probably stand up and get a photo and you can pop that in. I am wearing the Soho top by Caidree?
Yeah.
Caidree. I made it a while ago, and I don't wear it very often. I only wear it sort of around the house or anything like that. I don't wear it out. There's a few reasons. One, it's a little bit too short, because I did what I normally do and cast off before checking whether it was actually long enough or not. It's also 4-ply held double, so it's quite thick. So even though it's like a vest top, it's still quite warm.
Yeah.
I mean, we're okay at the moment because we've got awful weather here in England.
But then for your birthday, you always have like a heat wave where it's too hot to do anything, or a thunderstorm.
Yeah, we never have something in the middle.
No.
We never have something nice for my birthday. But so I'm just wearing that. I made it. I'm not 100% sure what size it was. It was either size 5 or 6 in the pattern, so it'll be about.
She was a rookie, and she didn't.
I didn't write it down. It's before we did all of this, and before I write things down. Anyway, but yeah, so it's quite nice. It's quite comfortable to wear. I would make a few changes. So here it's not very wide. It feels a bit narrow here, even though I'm not very, very busty. And it's very, very low, like under the arms. So yeah, I don't know if you can see, it's very, very low. It's like where my thumb is.
You can see your bra underneath it.
Yeah, I've got a vest top underneath it. That's why I'm wearing a vest top underneath a vest top, which doesn't make sense. Anyway, and I made it out of Bird Street yarn, Reverend blue jean. So it was 2 strands held double, and it was very kindly the yarn was gifted to me by my lovely mother.
Yeah.
Because you made something and had
yes,
left over.
So I made the Garden Gate sweater by Jennifer Steingass, and I had leftovers, so I might wear that one day.
You might do, yeah. It looks lovely. But so it's kind of got, I don't know whether you can see, but it's got like a garter stitch effect. And then towards the sides, if I just stand up, you've got like this faux seam that goes all the way down.
Yeah.
It is lovely, and I think I would make it again, but I don't know if I'd wear it. That's the only thing, because I just wear this at home.
It might be better in something like a cotton or cotton merino blend, or a linen blend, or something like that.
Or a lightweight DK, maybe.
Or silk. Well.
And maybe at the dye pans later.
Yes.
Doing selfish dyeing, but anyway.
Yes.
But yeah, that's what I'm wearing. What are you wearing?
I'm wearing the Weekday Tee by Aimee Sher. I was gifted the yarn to make this. It's got, I don't know if you can see, we'll take a picture if not. It's got lace down the side, which actually looks like cables. when I blocked it, it actually grew quite a lot. And I made this in the Saona Wooldreamers 50% merino and 50% cotton yarn. And it's in the colour Groen, which is green.
It's a beautiful colour.
And the reason that I've got it on top of a dress, and it's because it's actually a little bit itchy.
Is it?
It's not so much now, but when I first put it on, it was a bit prickly, and I don't think I'd want it so close to my skin. So I've got a high dress, and it's got short sleeves. It's like a vest top, but it's a dress. Yeah,
Vest dress.
it's a vest dress.
Sometimes I don't have a filter and things just come out.
Only sometimes. Yeah, so it's beautiful. I would make it again. But yeah, I really struggled to get row gauge on this one.
Yeah,
and
you were saying
and
before.
nearly everybody who tested it had struggled to get row gauge using this yarn.
So I wonder if it's the yarn. Or...
I don't know. It's beautiful, and I wish it didn't have that. It's not all the time, so I'm quite comfortable in it now, and it's on, you know, bare skin here. But I don't know.
You couldn't wear it just as a t-shirt with jeans.
Possibly not.
No.
I might try it with. I might try. I've got a camisole type vest.
Yeah.
I might try it with that and then see how I go. And I guess it depends on the weather and things like that. It's quite cool today, so yeah, I do love it. I love the colour. I love the design. I just, yeah.
You might have to have a go at it. It's very pretty.
Yes. But yes, and it did grow quite a lot.
Mm.
So,
yeah, you can see it just under here that it's grown quite a bit.
When I've
Sorry, I don't mean to just pull your armpit out.
Yes, anyway. And as I said previously, I was gifted the yarn to make this.
Yeah.
Right then.
How many finished objects have you got?
I have got 3 finished objects and 2 whips. Can I?
And I'm 2 and then 3. Did you want to start?
Can I do this?
Yeah. You can do that.
So, yarn friends are lovely friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you've ever watched Wool and Wishes, but you should. And Kirsty and Tracy are lovely people. And we quite often send things to them, and it's kind of like, you know, backwards and forwards. So like, I had some drops there that I'd finished using and wasn't going to use the leftovers, so I sent it to Tracy and all that kind of stuff. And it's such a lovely friendship.
Yes,
Anyway,
it is lovely.
So I was gifted some beautiful fleece from Miriam of the Discreet Unicorn, and I have a drop spindle which I cannot use because of the pain in my shoulder and things like that. So you were sending Kirsty some fleece which was part of your packaging.
Yeah, so one of the companies that I buy from for stock and stuff like that, they sometimes use old fleece as packaging rather than plastic, which I think is fine. And if I spun, I would definitely be using it, but because I don't, I always just send a message to Kirsty. Sometimes I don't even send her the message, I just send it. But sometimes I'll just send her a message and say, I've got some more, do you want it? And if she ever says no, I'll pop it out on Instagram. But I know she spins, she's a prolific spinner, isn't she? It's amazing.
So Mum had given it to
anyway.
Mum had given it to me. Shannon had given it to me to spin, and obviously because I wasn't able to, and I was having the massive clear out, I thought, I'll send it to Kirsty, and I sent her the fleece from the Discreet Unicorn as well. Anyway, on her latest podcast, she's shown it, so she spun it up for me, and I got home on Tuesday this week, and I got this most amazing parcel. So she spun up the fleece.
Do you have a photo of the original fleece?
I don't.
No.
And she sent it back to me with this gorgeous letter. And it was so thoughtful.
I don't think the colours are showing up though. They're kind of blowing out a little bit.
Yeah.
don't even know if you can see it that far
Yeah.
back.
What I
but
might
it's
do is
just-
I might take a photo and see if I can put it in.
It is beautiful.
But
it looks very, very pastel on here, but it's kind of bright
neon
pastel, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not
So
neon
you've got-
neon. Oh yeah, yeah.
So you've got some
It's got
bits.
Some bits. That
It's absolutely beautiful, and it's so. Oh, I'm just bowled over. I had a little bit of a cry.
Oh, so she's kept the discreet unicorn
tag, and she's So what I'm going to do with that is
and then
she's
popped her own tag on there.
it with the amount of the yardage and all that kind of stuff and the weight. So I am going.
What did she do?
394 meters of light fingering.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do the Alpine Bloom tee, and I'm going to do it in navy, and this is going to be my contrast.
That's gonna
And
look so
I know
lovely.
that we don't do acquisitions or anything like that, but I really just wanted to say thank you. I was just blown away.
It is
I love
beautiful.
This community of
It is so
everybody and
lovely.
everything like that. So
Right
right then,
It's always so nice. So you said 3.
I've got
and
3
then 2.
finished objects and 2 whips.
And I've got 2 finished objects and 3 whips. So do you want to start with your FOs?
Okay, so first one, we joined in with the Cozy Crab in May to do the Musselburgh May.
Yeah.
And I actually finished it in May. So I was using the yarn by the Colagirl collective, which I bought in Australia, and I used the colour Olive Grove. And I don't know whether you want to. So it's one of these things. It's really difficult to photograph.
Yeah, because what's on screen is different to
Yeah.
what's on there. But when you look at it, it's closer
It's
to what's
lots of different. It's like camouflage greens and things like that. It's beautiful.
So even just folding up that broom, it makes it look a little bit different again.
Yeah. And so this one is her Swagman sock, which is 85% superwash Australian non-mulesed merino.
It's beautiful.
And 15% nylon, so there's approximately 400 meters. And unlike Shannon, I did it properly. So this is my leftover little nugget, and that's my hat. And I'm not going to put it on because I'm waiting for my haircut, so my hair's up. So you'll have to put it on.
I'm not putting it on.
No.
Oh,
Okay.
it's too hot.
Yeah,
I'm getting a bit warm all of a sudden. You can see it in my face. My face is going a bit
You've
red.
seen what the Musselburgh looks like. Yeah, and I'm really pleased with it. And I did it within May. Shall I just see if I can find out how long it was on the needles for?
If you want.
Hold music. So I cast it on the 1st of May and I finished it on the 27th of May, and this was my work knitting. So
Unlike mine, where I cast it on the 1st and then finished it on the 7th because I couldn't put it down.
yeah, so I always have a random round project.
Round.
Like a stockinette project.
It's a technical term, round.
In my work bag, and we get about a half an hour break where I can actually sit and knit and chat, and and I'm really pleased with it, and the yarn is beautiful. So yes, that was my first one.
Cool. Should we do my one where I don't actually have it?
Yes.
So we're going to move to the side, or you're going to put a video in.
Yes.
Either way, we'll pop something in. So it wasn't exactly. So it was kind of the moonlit shawl or moonlight shawl. I can't remember, but it's by
Sandra Cherryheart.
That's it. I was going to call her Sandra Cherry, and then I knew it wasn't Sandra Cherry, and then I was like Cherryheart, and it's like it's not Cherryheart. I don't know what her name is. I'm really sorry.
I don't actually think Sandra Cherryheart's her name.
Oh.
I think it's just everybody knows her as Sandra Cherryheart.
Oh, okay. Either way,
I'll put the name on anyway.
and the details below. So I did a slightly different version of that, but I used that as the main idea for the pattern. So it is a little shawlette that I made. It is quite small, so it's kind of just like a neckerchief type size. I did the increases part and then I went straight down to the decreases. So I didn't do the straight bit and I didn't do the fully edge bit. But I used our Nibbles colour, which was exclusive to Nibbles Needles and Hooks. There is more going to their shop by the end of next week. It's literally going out Monday, Tuesday to their shop. So it should be with them by the end of next week if you want some. It does sell out quickly, so you do have to get in touch with them or go and visit their shop. Just saying.
Which is well worth a visit.
Yeah. But it's an exclusive colour to their shop. It will not be coming to my shop, so you have to be quick. So hopefully you'll have seen a little video by now. It was just a crochet shawl, and do you know what? Because I have not crocheted or followed a pattern from crochet other than like amigurumi for so long, and those patterns are written very, very differently. Like amigurumi patterns to like a shawl pattern or a garment pattern, I'm assuming, they're written very, very differently. It took me 2.5 hours to do the first like 2-3 rows because I couldn't understand it, and I was like, why am I not getting it? And I'm like, where do I put my hook? Like, and it says like, I can't even remember what it says. Say for example it was like second chain or something like that, and I'm like, but if I do that I've got an extra chain. What's going on with this extra chain? And it's because I'd done too many chains or something like that, and I was like, okay. But it took me 2.5 hours. But once I got it, it was fine, and I understood it, and I could do it, and it wasn't a problem. But yeah, it took ages to understand it. I was like, why can't I do this? I started off with crochet. Why can't I read a pattern? But yeah, no, it was really good. I really enjoyed it actually. So there is going to be some more crochet stuff coming at some point. Not today.
No,
not today. But I think I'm going to be doing some more crochet stuff because I really enjoyed it. I forgot how much I enjoyed crochet. That's not just really leshy. It's not just little amigurumi. But I think I'm going to do some more. Good. Yeah. Feels weird not showing something. But I will be getting the sample back at some point, so maybe I'll show you again then.
Right then. So the next one. Rebecca Clow has put out, last week she put out the Tolsta tank pattern and the 96 variations that you can do in there, and she also added to the original Tolsta tee pattern versions where the numbers, so if you want to make yours long sleeved and also if you want to make bust adjustments. So I was testing the 4-ply version bust adjustment, and the updates, if you've got the original pattern, I think the updates went out today or yesterday, but if you buy the pattern now, they're in
they're
the
already.
Yeah. So I tested this, and I'm going to give it to Shannon. I used her Wave
Beaches Fade.
Beaches Fade. Beaches Fade. Yeah. And it's a 50% silk, 50% merino. Do you want to bring it nearer a little bit? I started with the...
I can't see anything, so I don't know what you can see.
So, I am so impressed.
It looks lovely on me, doesn't it?
With my... Are you going to slip it on?
No.
So... She loves
shimmer base.
Right. I'm getting my notes here.
Why don't you write them out?
I have. In here.
On Ravelry, yeah.
On Ravelry.
All of Mum is really good at writing project notes and things like that on Ravelry. So if you ever want to go and be nosy, go and check out her project page.
I missed Mandy Lou, and I put in...
It's quite interesting just to see them.
I put in the needle sizes that I use, any adjustments that I make, the amount of yarn that I use.
I've started doing that.
Yeah, so they're quite comprehensive. So I made the size 5 with the F cup bust adjustment and long sleeves in the fingering weight yarn. And I used the Beaches Fade, and I used
Did you write the names of them down?
Undertow. I used 77 grams,
Look at that shimmer.
which is the top one.
Yeah, so you've gone. So normally, when you see this fade, it usually goes light to dark, but you've done it the other way around.
Yeah,
haven't you?
because
Which,
this colour looks better against my face than that colour.
in
at the
fact, you
bottom.
could almost see it there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
So undertow, I used 77 grams. Tied, I used 88 grams.
oh, these are going to be easier to hold them.
Shawls, I used 77 grams. And sandbank, I used 29 grams.
So that's 70 grams there. That looks really small for 70 grams.
71 grams, yeah.
Oh. It just looks small, that's all.
Yeah.
But yeah. Look at that shimmer, you can really see it.
Yeah.
Ooh. It is called the shimmer base, which is why I'm like, just going, ooh.
You're an idiot.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yes. So I have steam blocked it. It is a little snug. I wanted it to have almost negative ease because I wanted it quite fitted, but then I've bottled it. So I'm going to wet block it now and see if I can get a little bit more room. And yeah, you've got the bust darts on the front, so there's quite a lot of increases down the raglan, and then what happens is you end up with quite a lot of fabric here under the arms, so you then have to kind of get rid of it.
Yeah.
So you do some decreases. Yeah. And I made it to wear it with dresses, so it's quite cropped. And I'm so impressed with the matching up of the
yeah, you can really see it there, can't you?
fade.
You can see like the fade coming down here, and then
yeah, with the sleeves as well. So that was on the needles.
I love this base. I love all my bases.
I started on May the 17th and I finished it on June the 9th.
That's not bad, is it?
Isn't it? And I did it on so the ribbing was on a 2.75mm needle, and the body was on a 3.5mm needle. And I didn't do a tubular bind cast on. I did an alternating cable cast on, which is kind of like the cheats version. And then I did the alternating cable cast off, which has a similar effect as the tubular bind off.
That looks good.
Yep. So, yes, I shall wet block it and then see how I go.
And if you come and visit me at shows, you may see it as a sample, because I may pinch it for a day or two.
Probably.
Just so you can see it.
But yeah, it's a really good sort of show of her fade.
You don't know which bag it came out of now, do you?
It came out of my really expensive. It's
Pom
my handbag.
Pom Pom London.
Dust cover. Yeah. There we go.
No, it looks good. I like that.
So there's that one.
Well, I've got a finished object here. So we're going to go back to our make-along.
Yes.
That we were talking about. So I have whizzed through this just because I was really enjoying making it.
And it was out of your comfort zone with your colours.
So out of my comfort zone. It wasn't entirely. I love the colours.
And it's your stash as well, which is
yeah. So quite often I feel like I could never, or before I couldn't ever use anyone else's yarn, because I felt like whenever I was doing podcasts I used to have to do Blue Fern yarn only.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've come on here and I'm actually using some of my stash because I've got some beautiful yarns in there, and it's just so nice to be able to use it.
Yeah.
So yeah, so here is a finished. We're gonna have to come right back. a finished Vertices Unite. I'm going to take a photo, actually. We'll have to lay it on the floor in a bit.
Yeah.
Take a photo of it because it is huge. We could even do our usual thing. Yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. So like the colours are just fantastic. As I said, it's all from Stash. And they're not colours I would normally pick to wear, but I just love it.
I love this.
Absolutely love it. So the colours that I've used, if I remember all of them, in fact, it doesn't matter if I don't because I do have my little knitting journal. So we've got...
Have you got the leftovers?
Not in here, they're back out in the stash. Because there was a bit. So you've got like this neon one, which has pink, yellow and orange neon bits with a very white undyed base. That is from Somerset Yarns, and that was called Tango in Paradise, and I used 51 grams of that. This one-of-a-kind teal colour is just a colour that I dyed. It was just using leftover yarns. I kind of bunged them all together.
Dyes.
What did I say?
Leftover yarns.
Yeah, leftover dyes. And I just bunged them all together into a tray and just dyed up one skein, and it turned out really lovely. And I kept it. So that one I used 82 grams because I only had the 82 grams I'd used like for toes and a sock or something like that. So that's section 1. Then section 2, I really like this section. So I've used, again, these two are my yarns. They are, the darker blue is the Silent Night, and the lighter colour in between, which we will see a bit more in detail in a bit, is my April colour of the month. And I used 22 grams of the April, and then of the Silent Night, I used 60 in total, which we'll come to in a bit because I've used it around the edge and everything like that.
So you repeat colourways in some of the different sections?
Yeah. So you got section 1, section 2, and then it goes on to section 3, which is this gorgeous big rectangle. I absolutely love this. So that is from Truly Hooked, and it is called Hideaway, and I used 60 grams of that, and just, it's got a sparkle. I don't know if you can see the sparkle in there, but it is just absolutely beautiful. I really love that. And that was very kindly gifted to me. I think I mentioned it before, didn't I, in the last one, so I won't go through it again. But that was that one. Then we've got 4 is there, isn't it? Yeah. So we've got section 4, which is my April colour of the month. But I love it so much. I think I'm going to bring that to the shop because I really like that. Yeah, I'll talk about that bit in a second. Then we've got section 5, which is with Silent Night and the Tango in Paradise. And then we've got section 6. I used 22 grams of this one, and this again is just another random skein colour of the month that I did for July 2022. No, 23. When did I do the?
I don't know.
I think it was 23. I used to have a Patreon, and unfortunately I wasn't keeping up with it, so I ended up closing it. But I did a colour of the month, which was the one thing that I was keeping up with, where people got to vote on the colours that they wanted to see, and we just put the colours onto yarn, and yeah, so that was that one. So I did want to talk about 2 different bits. They're not very neat, and I want to say why. And it's because one bit I followed the pattern and the other bit I didn't. So this bit I followed the pattern exactly, and it's where you do sort of short row shaping. Can you see it? It's not very neat.
I think you need to kind of like tilt it.
I'm not
we'll
sure.
See if we can take a photo of that bit.
Yeah. So it's the short row shaping, and on his pattern, the way he does the short row shaping is you knit to a certain number of stitches before the previous ones, and then you literally just turn and then start knitting back. So that's what I did, and it's not a problem. You can't, it's not a hugely obvious thing, but that's what I did. And then you had to do the same thing when you got to this section. So you can see it's a lot neater. I'll do a photo and send it to you, side by side comparison. So on this side, what I'd done is I'd done the German short row for the short row shaping bit. And with that, I just think it gives it a bit of a neater finish.
It's a shame, really, because he updated quite a few of his patterns.
And he didn't update that.
And he has updated how he does his short rows. So
this is the old way he used to do.
This is the old way he used to do it, where you just turned round. Whereas now, what he does is you actually pick it up from the row below to close the gap. Yeah. Almost like a bit of a wrap and turn, but not quite. Which is a shame that he didn't, because he updated the Vertices Unite pattern recently.
Yeah, and I was following the recent update.
But he hasn't updated the instructions.
No. So if you do want to know exactly how I did that, I might do a teeny video and pop that up saying this is what I did. I might just knit up a section and then have a go. But I'll show you what I did.
I've got a sample here that you can knit up.
Yeah. So yeah, I have finished this. I am very, very happy with it. It is my colours, because the blues and the greens and everything in it and the purple, they're my colours.
And it's just got a pop.
But it's the pop that is so not me.
Yeah.
But I love it. I think the colours that I've paired it with tones the pop down a little bit to make it more me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love it. I'm very, very excited that I've got that one done. Yeah, it is huge. It is absolutely huge, and it's fantastic. Glad I've got that done.
Right.
Have you got another finished object?
I've got one more finished object. And this was another test knit that I was doing for Nalaknit. This has been steam blocked. So it's a vest top.
Oh, you haven't shown me this yet.
No. Do you want to hold that top bit? Yeah, so it's a vest top. And it's got, I don't know if you can see the pattern on it.
I think you can, just.
So it's kind of almost like a broken rib kind of thing. I'm not going to give too much away because it's a paid for pattern. I knit the size
That's really soft, isn't it?
4XL. It's got a couple of really nice features that I've never done before, amazingly enough. And so all the edges they're not ribbed, they're actually, you knit a certain amount of stockinette and then you fold it over and pick it up. Do you want to see my edges? Do you want to see the inside of my edges?
Very neat, aren't they?
Shannon will show you.
I don't know if you can see them, look.
So do it that way. So I've turned it inside out now so you can see my...
How neat is that? Looks like it's been machine knitted.
Yeah. I was really chuffed with them.
Yeah, you should.
Lovely design features on the back. So you've got like a bit here where you pick up your stitches. You can see a couple of little odd end bits. So I've woven them in and I've steam blocked it, but I'm trying to decide whether I should wet block it as well.
Okay.
I really like that. It's such a good fit. So I wear quite often sports bras and they're quite good coverage and things like that. So you quite often see, but you cannot see my bra when I'm wearing this.
When's the pattern come out? Because I think I might have to buy it. Make one, because I really like that.
I think it's coming out fairly soon. I don't know the exact date because I think a few people haven't. She was waiting for a few more people to finish.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's beautiful. I love the texture.
And there's so many thoughtful features about it. So like on here, when you do your back, you actually do an edge of stockinette. So when you pick up, you've still got that. I don't know whether it's showing up or not. Down here, you've still got the edge.
Yeah.
So when you know, if you've been watching before, you've probably seen the saga with my Sailor Swift top, and I picked a size that was too big because I kind of started doubting myself and all that kind of stuff. I picked the right size this time, and when I finished, when I joined in the body, I thought, oh, those sleeves are really loose again. They're going to come out way too gapey and all that kind of stuff. So I actually went back and I did the neckline and I did the sleeves before I actually finished the body, so I could put it on, and I was like confident, oh, this is going to be amazing. So then when all I needed to do at the end was just knit down the bottom and do the edge, the turn,
which is the same. It's another
turn hem
stocking stitch,
yeah,
folded over, isn't it?
Folded over, and I'm so pleased at how neatly they've come out.
It's a really cool effect, actually, rather than your usual like 2x2 ribbon or whatever it is. That's actually a really nice, neat finish.
So I used
like that.
3.5mm needle for the body, and then 3mm needle for the stockinette and the edges. But when I picked up the stitches, I went back to a 3.5mm needle because I didn't want it to be too tight and not with no give. But it's kind of cinched it all up, and it's just beautiful. The yarn is really comfortable to wear.
You got a photo of you wearing it?
I haven't got a photo of me wearing it yet because one, we don't have any mirrors at home, and two, my arms aren't long enough. I don't have a tripod, so I can get a picture, and it's just literally this bit here. You don't see anything else. So so I will get you to take some pictures.
Yeah, I might have to be quick today because it looks like it's about to rain.
So I used Filcolana Merci for this, which is is it 50% cotton, 50% merino? It says it on the front.
Yeah.
Yep. So 50% merino and 50% Pima cotton, in the colourway Lead.
It's very
which
soft.
is a lovely.
It's very nice.
Yeah. And it's nicer to wear than this, which is a bit of a shame. In fact, what I might do is I could make one of these
in that
in the Filcolana Merci, and it's fairly reasonable. It's about £6 a ball.
Okay,
so
not too bad.
It's it's not a drop spell, but it is fairly reasonable. I just literally used about 4 grams of my 6th ball.
Yeah. So
if I'd have done it a little bit shorter, I could possibly have got away with 5. I did the 4XL size and projects. I cast it on May 15th and I cast off on June the 2nd.
Nice. You're a speedy knitter, aren't you?
Yeah. And I used 256 grams. So, yeah.
That looks nice.
Yeah. So, I'm looking forward to wearing it, actually. Might have to go back to Australia to wear it.
I'm sure you will one day.
Yes. So that's my last finished object.
Lovely.
Brief interlude.
Yes. So on to whips.
Yes.
Yes. So I'm going to show you this bag. I think you've seen it 100 times before. This was my knitting. So the bag is from Eldenwood Craft. Oh, I might tuck that in. Got Eldenwood, and then it goes Craft on the other side. I took this knitting for the Wool Monty because I wanted something that was almost mindless. So I did the increases while I was at home, and then just off I went.
Is it a Musselburgh?
It is a Musselburgh. So I'm going to show you the project bag. This is the Eldenwood Craft project bag. It's just a little sock size that she does, and it was part of a collaboration that I did with her last year. Yeah, I think this was last year's one.
Was that Party in the Park?
No, this was the year before. So this was 2022. Yeah, this was Party in the Park set, as you can clearly see. The little animals having a party in the park.
And I think on one of Laura Penrose's recent podcasts, she was using your Party in the Park.
Oh, was she?
Yes.
Oh, I'm so far behind on my podcast. I really need to catch up. But yes, so I took this away for the Wool Monty because I needed something that was quite easy that I could just pick up, put down, and didn't have to think about, because when I'm at the shows, at the end of the days, I don't even know where I am or what I'm doing.
When we do a show together, we kind of like finish, and then it's like we
don't
speak to each other for
the whole evening.
So go to bed.
Yeah, end of the evening, we literally just sit there and it's like, no idea what's going on.
Do you want to go for something to eat or what? No.
Well, we might do eventually, but it's like we'll get there, we'll eat as quick as possible, we'll leave as quick as possible, and then we go back to sitting there in silence. So yeah, I just needed something that was a bit mindless.
Mm-hmm.
So I did the increases while I was at home, and then
I know what it is.
Obviously, and I'm using Stash, which is really, really nice. So I cast on my third Musselburgh, and I got really far with it. Look.
Did you weigh it?
I did.
That was very like.
That was very aggressive.
That was a very aggressive pointy finger.
I did. So. Yes, so the skein was 110 grams.
Ooh.
And then I weighed it afterwards and it was 103 grams. So I weighed it after my increases.
So 7 grams.
Yeah, 7 grams to do my increases, which wasn't too bad, I thought.
Mm.
And the yarn that I'm using is Pigment and Ply. And I bought this yarn from the Wool Monty this year. So it was her...
was it this year or last year?
No, it was this year.
All right.
I'm using it. It went in stashes, come out really quickly.
The Wool Monty?
Oh, not the Wool Monty. Wonderful Wales. Do you know what? Those two, I keep saying them
How could you
all
have bought it at the Wool Monty when you'd already casted it on the...
Bought it at the, I've forgotten what it's called.
Wonderful
Wales show this year in April. From Pigment and Ply, and it was their show exclusive, which they called Lady in the Lake. And yeah, I really enjoyed it actually. I really like the colour. So yeah, I did my increases. This is Musselburgh number 3. Did all my increases while I was at home, and then I knit quite a large chunk of it whilst I was away. So I've done, since the stitch marker, I've done that much at home. So and not much at all. And I really enjoy how this is working up. So there was a bit of an issue with my gauge. So, and that's what made that, which is the side I don't really like. I like that side a lot better than I like that side. There's nothing wrong with it. It was just gauge, because it started doing this spiral thing, and then something happened with my gauge. I think I did this in the room. One on the Friday night or something like that. So I did a massive chunk in the room because he was watching sports or something. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. Sports. And then it started doing its spiral thing again. So when I was in the car, it did a really nice spiral. But when I was in the room, it was really zigzaggy.
That might make a nice turn up.
I'm hoping it will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping it will make a quite cool effect for the turn up when you fold it in half. So yeah, and it's just one of the beautiful things about hand dyed yarn. The only reason I don't like that is because I don't wear a lot of pink. Because it just doesn't go with my, well, it does go with my skin tone. My skin tone's quite pink. But it doesn't look great. Whereas this side will look better against my skin tone.
So you'll have to wear it like that.
Oh God, I hate that I've just done that on YouTube. Anyway, we're just gonna.
I'm leaving it in.
We're carrying on. So yeah, I really enjoyed that.
Good.
But it's my third one, so I am.
What size needle are you using?
I am using, I'm not sure, 3.25mm needles on a 16-inch cable.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go with that. Yeah.
And how many stitches?
I go up to 120 stitches for the gauge that I've got.
Really?
Yeah, so it's for a medium adult.
I thought that was 136. Because I go up to 136 on a 3mm.
We're just comparing.
Excuse me.
Lay it flat. There is a chance I've just said the wrong number. It's 30 times 4. 32 times 4.
64, 128.
Oh, so that's how many I've got. 128 stitches.
Mm.
But my gauge is looser than yours anyway, isn't it?
You've got a bigger needle.
Yeah.
And I think I'm tightening up I was always fairly loose knitter. And I think I'm tightening up.
Mm.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an adult medium size.
I do mine on quite I do it on a 3mm because I quite like the fact that it's dense because cuts out the wind.
Yeah. Okay. Have you got a whip?
I have got a whip. Right then. I made the project bag.
And back to the mal.
Back to the mal. So.
Took you a while to decide what colours you wanted, didn't you?
So in the video when we were talking about it, I put some pictures up of the wool that I was going to use, and then I changed my mind. Like you do. So.
I got my hands out for the owl.
Which ones do you want first?
1 and 2, seeing as you've got 1 and 2.
So 1 and 2 are those colours.
Well, they're showing up really well on camera, aren't they? I do like that.
So I'm on section 1 and I'm still increasing.
Section 1 is the biggest section and it takes the longest time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But once you've gone past section 1, you kind of just whiz through it.
Yeah.
So, and you've had test knits, so section 1.
Section 1. Section 2 will be So these aren't really colours that I would normally pick.
But I really like them. It's very autumnal.
Yes. So that will be striped together. And then section 3 will be, which is the big rectangle.
Yeah, I like them together. And there was me thinking that was really bright, this one here.
So yes.
Are you literally following it as the pattern? So then you'll alternate the colours accordingly, as per the pattern? Because I kind of went
loosely.
I think I had like 7 colours in
So
mine.
basically I've got 5 colours.
As per the pattern.
As per the pattern. I know what I'm doing up to section 3, but then I might have a look and see what I want to do for the rest of them. So they're all yours.
Blue Fern Yarns.
I have no idea what colours they are. I think that might be turmeric.
Yeah, that's a really old one, yeah. Turmeric.
I think that might be Acer.
I think that might be a second of Acer because you've got a few paler bits in there. It's usually a bit more solid. But yeah.
I think that might be maple.
Yeah. I think that was a one of a kind.
That was a one of a kind. Oh, it's attached.
Yes, it's attached.
And that's a yak one, isn't it?
I think that's copper.
But in yak?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my Vertices Unite.
I'm going to drop this red one. Can I put them back in there? Oh,
yes.
Gosh.
So that's as far as I've gone.
Yeah, so it's the Vertices Unite by Stephen West.
Because I've got sort of test knits and things on the go, I don't get to do this one as much as, but I have got until the 30th of November.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
So there's that one. And I made the project bag,
which I love, because it's penguins.
And I followed Ellie's pattern from Craft House Magic.
Yeah,
because she does big bottoms.
Big box bottoms.
Yes. So there's that one.
Lovely. My next whip is, so not my colours. Well, one is, but the other one's not so much. So let's start with the project bag. So this project bag is massive, and it's done by Sealed with a Stitch. It was one of those ones where I found it, I wanted it, it was near my birthday, I sent a link to Tom, so he bought it for me. He's very good at that. When you send him a link, he will...
He knows how to follow instruction.
He does. These are the colours that I'm using, which I absolutely love. So we've got After Dark on Yak, which I think you're going to end up seeing in quite a lot of projects because I love how I like black yarn, even though I don't like knitting with it all the time because you can't always see it, but I do like black yarn. And then we've got Pool Party, which is as bright as it is on the screen. And
you can't keep it in the shop?
No, I can't keep it in the shop. I took 12 skeins to the 110 and they all went like really, really quick. So yeah, it does go really, really quickly. And
this is your second entrance
to the make along. Yes. So I am using a Stephen West pattern and it is called the Mosaic Musings. Picture. Mum will put a picture in.
So demanding.
Yeah.
Picture.
Picture. Can you hold that so I don't drop it? I just remembered something that I forgot to do at the beginning, but anyway. And this is how it started. So this is my second attempt at this because the first time I did it, I don't know how, but I had the right number of stitches but only 3 repeats to the colour and you're supposed to have 5. I don't know what I was doing. I was obviously tired, and when I'm tired, Shannon should not knit. But yeah, so here's the Mosaic Musings and the starting of it. And yeah, it's fun. It is fun, but you have to do a little bit of what's the colourwork one that I can never remember what it's called? In
Tasha.
That's it.
I had no idea what she was talking about.
But you do though. You understand me. So yeah, you have to do a little bit of in what?
Tasha.
In Tasha. See, I don't know. Because you've got this edge bit where it is the main colour. So you have to hold, at one point you had to hold 3 balls of yarn attached to one little bit of work. And I didn't like that. I don't like
I'll do that one.
You picked this one for us.
I might do the flying foxtails.
Oh.
Because it's the same.
Are you doing that in my yarn? You don't know, do you?
I wasn't going to,
okay.
But I can if you want a sample.
I kind of do. But yeah, so I'm glad that I'm doing it. I just don't know whether I would make it again. Like the Vertices Unite, I've done that one before and I'd do that again. This one I don't know if I would do again. It is interesting. I'm glad that I'm doing it. Like that was like an extra ball just for a few rows. But you can tell by my strands that I haven't sewn in yet. But yeah, and then I'm gonna have to show my stitch marker because I did get this one from the Wool Monty. And it's a little dinosaur. It's a little triceratops. And I'm gonna pause because I got you a gift.
Really?
From the Wool Monty.
Do I have to say it?
Yes.
Piggy!
So Mum is a little bit obsessed with pigs. I don't know why. I don't know where it's come from. So I got her a little pig stitch marker.
When you live in rural Norfolk, there are quite a lot of pig farms around, and I've got this habit of
compulsion.
When you see pigs, you have to shout "Piggy!"
You don't have to.
You do. It's the law. So when you see pigs, that's what you need to do.
So I got her a little pig stitch marker.
I also got a little sheep.
So she got 2 little stitch markers.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Oh,
and they are from
perhaps I should have put a warning on there that I was going to screech.
Troublemakers Designs. They do hundreds of stitch markers.
That's amazing.
It's amazing. When you go and see their stand, they literally have this massive table full of like little sections and they've got thousands in there.
They're so sweet. Thank
So
you.
there you go.
Thank you very much.
I just saw them and I had to get them for you. So, but I got myself a dinosaur, obviously.
Thank you.
So yeah. Anyway.
I'm on my last whip.
Yep.
And it's a test knit. So it's called the Willow Pullover, and it's by Andrea Groen Knits. And I'm going to put a picture in. And obviously I'm allowed to talk about it. So last September at Yarndale, I went and visited the John Arbon Knit by Numbers, well, the John Arbon stand, and I was having a look at his Knit by Numbers yarn. Have I got the yarn tag?
You've put it down somewhere now, haven't you? Yes, yes. It's right in the front.
So it's in my project bag, which is obviously where it should be. And I bought, so what had happened was they changed over their Knit by Numbers colour range from 100% Falklands merino wool to a mix that's got BFL in it.
Yeah.
And so they were selling off their 100% merino Falklands wool at £12 a skein instead of what it would normally be. And I got 7 skeins of the Knit by Numbers 68 in DK.
Don't want to pull it off your project.
It's all right. It's attached. Which is this glorious green. Now, I think
it's not really true.
Maybe around there.
Yeah, about there-ish.
So,
it's a little bit paler though than what's actually coming up on the screen. On there, it's very, very bold, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whereas this is a bit more muted.
Yeah.
On... Yeah.
So, Knit by Numbers, what they do is they pick the colours and then they have
shades of that
colour. So, and there's 5 shades per colour. So this is Knit by Number 68. So I would imagine that that is the middle colour of the greens. So there would be 2 lighter ones and 2 darker ones, or 2 paler ones and 2 more saturated ones. So that's that one. And the Willow Pullover is a test knit, and it's kind of like a basket weave but lace as well.
Oh, really does look like a basket, doesn't it? It is very cool. I like that.
So I don't know if you can see on the bottom of the jumper. I can't see what you're seeing.
Yeah.
But the halo, the fluff that's on the yarn. I don't know if you can see it. I'll find out when I'm.
In fact, hang on. Hopefully you can see a teeny bit against my hand. But yeah.
But yes, so it's beautiful.
It's a lovely yarn.
Yeah. And it goes a long way. There's 200 and...
Do you need me to read it?
There's 250 metres per 100 grams. Now I got confused because I was looking up, I went online and before I looked at the label, because I thought 250 metres, that's a lot for DK yarn. So I went online and had a look at the Knit by Numbers, and it says it's 230 metres. But I don't know whether that's because the new...
Yeah, probably the new one.
Blend is heavier than... Anyway, so so far that's my second skein.
You've done that much, yeah. Yeah.
And so it's drop shoulder. So you knit up to however long it is, then you separate, you do the front and then the back and join at the shoulders, and then you pick up stitches and knit down for the sleeve. I think I've got until mid-August for this one.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah. And I'm really enjoying it.
The yarn,
it just feels...
Yeah, for Falkland wool, I normally imagine it to be quite rough, but actually it's really not, is it?
No. And so So I really love the Tolsta that I made long sleeved last sort of Christmas time, and that's my kind of like, I wear that jumper all the time, and so I wanted another one because I've got quite sort of dressy ones or cropped ones to go with dresses and
But not just casual.
So to have a jumper that I can sling on over jeans and sort of like have it like almost like a sweatshirty type.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think this is going to be it. But I just love the pattern on it, and the stitch definition on this yarn is amazing.
It is very pretty.
I'm gonna pop it over there because there's a bit of a shadow. But there we go. Yep. So that's the willow pullover. And I'll have put a picture in of what the designer's one looks like. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's pretty. I like that.
Yes. So that's me done.
Lovely. I've got one more, but it's one that you've seen before. I'm not going to go through all the yarn or anything like that. It's just more of an update to say where I am with it, basically. I think you've seen it before, and in fact I know you've seen it before, and I think there was only like 7 squares. I know I'd done those 3, but did I do that one as well?
I don't know,
but I've done a bit more.
She's done a bit more.
So do you want to hold that side? So this is my Sweet Shop blanket, and the pattern is by Laura Penrose from Penrose Knits, and yeah, I'm just literally using 4-ply yarn and scraps.
And you're not holding it double like the pattern?
No, the pattern suggests holding it double or using a DK weight yarn. I'm just using 4-ply sock yarn scraps, so that's usually 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. And I just thought I'd give you a very brief update on where I've got to with it. So to begin with, I've done quite a bit really quickly, and then I've put it down because I was knitting on the Vertices Unite and I hadn't picked it up for a little while. And I added a couple extra squares, and I thought, oh, do you know what, I'm gonna give you guys a bit of an update. So I've still got a bit of a way to go, but
was it some podcasters, do they put a progress keeper on the new ones? So when you make one, add one from now on, if you put a progress keeper on each one new one that you add, so you can.
Well, I think I only had 7 squares, so I think I had this one all the way to here, and then these 2 here. So it has.
It's grown quite a lot.
Grown quite a bit, I think. So if I had those 3 there, or those 6, and then that one, so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 new squares, which is not bad. But yeah, just using scraps. It's going to be a warm coloured blanket, so I'm basically using reds, oranges, yellows, peachy colours.
All the ones on the warm spectrum.
Yeah, all colours on the warmer spectrum. I know there's a couple of, so that's a little bit of a cooler pink in there, but yeah, mostly warmer colours. I'm just gonna keep going, adding scraps. It's a good way to use up scraps because I've got 2 big baskets, or I say big baskets, 2 baskets full. One of warm colours, one of cool colours, but I'm just using the warm colours for now. Yeah. And we'll keep going because I can.
Yeah. Right then. We have been busy.
We have. You more so than me.
Got any plans for your knitting?
I do actually. So I have printed the pattern. Hold on. It's under here somewhere. And I've wound the yarn. So I'm going to make the Hesper.
I'll put a picture in.
Yeah, it's probably a bit better than my rubbish printer. So I'm going to make the Hesper shawl by Savoury Knitting. I don't know her name. Aimee Christophers. And I've already chosen the yarn that I want to use and caked it. It's a bit messy because it's been in the bag for a little while. It's been caked for a while actually. And I'm going to use these 2 colours. So it's like a mosaic knitting. I'm hoping it's not going to be like the mosaic musings where you have to do intarsia, because I don't like that.
I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. You'll just have to.
I'll see. I'll see what it's like. If I don't like it, I'll rip it out and do something else with the yarn. But it's a DK weight yarn for the pattern, and I am using my Cozy yarn, which is 70% baby alpaca, 20% silk, and 10% cashmere. So it's.
I've got my work project in. I haven't brought it with me. I have a hat on the go, which is in my work bag.
Yeah.
Out of that blend.
Oh. Is it my yarn? Or is it somebody else's yarn?
It's yours.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Pink.
Oh, so you got it from the romance collection?
Yeah.
You don't know, do you?
No.
Anyway, but yeah, the colours, so they're my yarns, and this is concrete and this is after dark. And look at, they actually shine, don't they? So yeah, I've got these. So that is going to be cast on within the next few days, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if you don't know, she's more famous for the
Pressed
flowers shawl. So,
but also the Felix pullover and the Felix cardigan.
Yeah. So she's done some amazing patterns, and I was going to do the pressed flowers, not because I wanted it, but just because I wanted to have a go at the mosaic knitting. And I think it was you who showed me this one, didn't you? And it's more me. I won't show you the picture, but
it's very graphic and that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
and you'll have seen that from the picture that I put in.
Yeah, so it's almost stars, so that's a bit more me than flowers. And although saying that, I do like my flowers, obviously. Yeah, so I've got that one. Have you got any plans coming?
I have. I'd like to use this in the Alpine Bloom tee. I've got some navy blue, which I'll put in a picture. Everybody and his wife has made it, but I'm going to put in a picture. I'm going to do navy as the main colour and this as the colour work. I think that will be amazing.
It will be.
And what I'm going to do is I'm probably not going to do the lacy collar or the lacy. I quite like just the ribbing, just doing it in ribbing. So that's a plan.
Yeah.
But we'll see where we get up to.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of yarn shows to go to, haven't we?
Yeah, so we are doing Renishaw Hall afternoon tea with Nibbles Needles and Hooks on the 30th of June, which it's sold out, but I'm very much looking forward to that. That's kind of will be the pop-up for the day. But we also get to.
I'm looking forward to my afternoon tea.
Yeah, you've got an afternoon tea and just sit and knit basically with a bunch of people that you'll become friends with. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
So we'll do that, and then we've got Amped Hill.
Yeah, the
Summer Wool Festival, which is the
end of July.
Yeah.
So we'll probably podcast again
before
that one.
Yeah. But yeah,
that's it really.
That's all I've got planned. Really, it's just work and Advent.
Yeah.
Work and Advents. That's all I've got planned. Although I am going out for my birthday, so yeah, going out on Monday with Tom.
Yeah.
Monday night, school night. Well, not for me, but you know, school night, and then we're gonna have a nice meal out.
And we've got some friends down on holiday.
Yeah, that'll be really good to see that.
So doing meeting up with them for a few knit and natter sessions, and
are we going out for lunch as well on the Sunday?
Yeah.
Not tomorrow, Sunday, the Sunday next week.
But to Tom's pub.
Yeah, to Tom's pub. Tom's working, but we'll at least see him while he's working. And we can sit there and eat. That's all I care about. I get to sit and eat and he gets to work.
Yes.
Oops.
But yeah,
that would be good.
All good. Yes. So we will see you again in probably 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll have made lots of progress.
Hopefully you will. You always do. You're a speedy knitter.
And we'll see you then.
All right then. Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.